My fellow flames, the Wuthering Waves' second anniversary is on the horizon. It is upon us based on last year's track record, based on last year's roadmap of patches and releases. We're most likely going to get the Wuthering Waves second anniversary at the end of April going into the beginning of May. And with the release of the Wuthering Waves anniversary means only one thing potentially. It means we're most likely going to be getting the collab between Wuthering Waves and Cyberpunk EDGERUNNERS very soon. And I know almost each and every single one of you are excited for this crossover, because this crossover is going to put every other gacha game crossover in the bin. It's going to absolutely decimate the Honkai Star Rail and Fate collab because they made an absolute mess of it. It's going to absolutely destroy and decimate the Genshin Impact and goddamn Horizon Zero Dawn collab, because that collab was so bad they released bloody Aloy without her constellations, even though they're built in the game. They released Aloy as a 3-star character. I know she's 4, but she plays like a 3-star character and was near enough unplayable outside of 1.0, and even within 1.0 was just an absolute travesty. So looking back at the other gacha game collabs, I'm looking at this and going, this could be a very huge deal, not only because of the IP being Cyberpunk EDGERUNNERS, but also because of the kind of game Wuthering Waves is. Wuthering Waves is a very high combat skilled driven gacha game, and with the universe of Cyberpunk being the universe of Cyberpunk and being how dark it is, and looking at the theme of where we are at the moment in Lahairoi being a dark technical kind of world, and you've got the new Federation that's we're most likely going to visit soon as well, being a technologically advanced place which resembles Night City quite a lot, because it's meant to be a dark, glooming, futuristic Gotham City essentially. It wouldn't put it past me if the anniversary is going to be the crossover, or a patch or two after the anniversary is going to be a crossover, because here is my theory. Now stay with me guys, because I've thought this through. I honestly do believe we're going to wrap up the Imeth arc within the next patch to 2 patches. I believe that's going to be the case. I believe at maximum 3 patches time we're going to have Imeth back with us, because that's when I believe after that arc concludes we're going to be going to the new Federation, or there was a new area that Luke actually mentioned, the new city area, which is also a place where I believe we could be going. I forgot the name of it. It was a name drop of a new city, a new place. I believe it's where Shu Yuen came from, where he was sent from. We could be going there relatively soon as well, which means if we go to the new Federation, it's a high probability that the Cyberpunk EDGERUNNERS crossover is going to take place in the new Federation, or is going to take place over the anniversary. It would make quite a lot of sense for it to be an anniversary patch. There's a lot of hype around the anniversaries. Lots of things are probably going to be happening based on the feedback they received and the backlash they got from last year's anniversary. It appears we're most likely going to be getting a lot more free stuff, a lot more rewards, a lot more events, and a lot more forgiving things going into the second anniversary. And then, well, if we don't, then Kuro Games, I'm sorry, you just clearly didn't listen. But I trust you take feedback very seriously, and based on last year's anniversary's feedback, you bloody well should implement them in this anniversary. So I do believe out of every possibility that the Cyberpunk EDGERUNNERS collab could be commencing, if it isn't the anniversary, it's going to be a patch or 2 after. And with that, we're going to be getting probably, I don't know how many characters we're going to be getting. We could get 2, we could get 3, it could be a single player, single character patch. And the reason why I say it could be a single character patch, because if you look at the Cyberpunk EDGERUNNERS anime, only one character, one of the main characters, survived the onslaught of Adam Smasher. One of the only characters that survived of the Ara something tower incident, that would be Lucy. Lucy is David Martinez's love interest, his spouse, his girlfriend, his wife, whatever you want to call her. That is who Lucy is. Lucy has appeared in other titles such as Guilty Gear Strive and probably a couple of others that I haven't named. So she is all but guaranteed, all but confirmed to be a character in the collab. I mean, because why wouldn't she be? She's beautiful. She looks beautiful. Her moveset would be absolutely incredible. She would remind me a lot of how Yinlin plays, because obviously Lucy uses the string. It would be really cool to have her be a playable character, play a little bit like Yinlin, but make her a little bit better than Yinlin, because unfortunately Yinlin hasn't aged well. Or there could be this. There won't in fact be a playable character. In fact, it'll be a skin, and it will be a Yinlin skin as Lucy, which could be a potential thing happening, though I don't think they will miss the opportunity of having such a very renowned and beloved IP being the crossover for their game. I don't think Kuro Games is going to really fumble the bag that badly, so I think they're going to make Lucy a playable character, and probably a 5-star character. Will they give her out for free? Absolutely goddamn not. Will we get a free character? I really couldn't tell you. Another character that I really want to be playable within the crossover of the Cyberpunk and Wuthering Waves event is either going to be David Martinez, Rebecca, or Maine. Those are my 3 top contenders to be characters within the crossover. Now, it's most likely going to be Rebecca, not David, and if that is the case, I'm going to crash out. I'm going to crash out. You're telling me the main character of the anime isn't going to be playable in a gacha game, which is already extremely popular, and you're putting one of the most popular protagonists of an anime in that gacha game? It wouldn't be successful. David Martinez is an amazing character, and is a tragedy. His story is a tragedy in the anime. It made me cry, it made the anime community cry. If you don't put him in your game as a playable character, it's going to be an absolute fumble. Now, here's the runner-up thing they could do. Here is the second choice they could do. Lucy's in the game. Lucy has a character quest. David shows up in the character quest as a flashback. He's got an actual 3D model. He's rendered. He's there, but he's in her character quest. So we do see David, just not as a playable character, which would still be so annoying, but it would make a lot of sense since David, of course, is dead. He perished in the fires of our something tower. I forgot the name of it. And he died to Adam Smasher. Adam Smasher could also be in the game. He could be a boss. He could be a menace to deal with within the game. That would be really, really cool. Another character that I believe is going to be a very possible, most likely the character they're going to pick is Rebecca. But now people are going, but David's dead. Why would they add a dead character? Rebecca's dead. Rebecca died way worse than David. She got jumped on, smashed, and pummeled into the ground by Adam Smasher, and her body was mangled and mauled. She was absolutely dismembered head to toe by Adam Smasher. So for everyone going, they're not going to have David because David's dead, yet Rebecca's beyond fixing. Rebecca's beyond dead. She went to the afterlife, and then the afterlife's afterlife because of what Adam Smasher did to her. She got absolutely destroyed, but most likely going to be a character they do revive to put in the game. Why? Because one of 2 things is what Kuro Games loves to do. They love their female characters, and they love shafting the male characters. Other than Luke, because Luke is probably the best male character they've ever added since John. I don't like Brant. Chi-Yuan was a disappointment, though he was badass as a character. As playable characters go, Luke is probably the best one they've released since John. And I'm not talking about the babyface boy being Zhang Li Yao, because we got him for free and he's okay, he's decent, he's just fine. Okay, there's nothing wrong with him, he's just fine. But I honestly do believe that Luke was the best male character released since launch. We haven't had that many male characters since launch. Kuro Games doesn't like male characters unless it's on Punishing Grey Raven for some reason, so I don't believe they're gonna go, let's add David Martinez to the game. With the Sendavistan, how cool would that be? A gauntlet wielding speedster type because of the Sendavistan. You can't tell me that wouldn't be gas. But yeah, I do believe that the collab is probably going to be Lucy, with Lucy's story having David in the story, or it's going to be Lucy and Rebecca, or it's just going to be Lucy as a single player character. And I believe the story is going to be Lucy's story, maybe her going through a bit of PTSD, maybe there's going to be a main story quest, which is going to be a crossover. That would be really, really cool if it's one of the part of the main story, having Lucy involved with Rover and the rest of the crew. It's hard to say. There's going to be Cyberpunk themed events. I just know it. Adam Smash is probably going to be a villain. He's probably going to be a boss, which would be awesome. There's going to be lots. There's going to be lots of things going on when this collab launches, whenever it launches. I am trying my best to stay away from leaks and spoilers. I don't know anything confirmed. I've only seen speculation. I've seen theories. I've seen people saying David's in the game. I'm seeing people say David isn't going to be in the game. I'm seeing people say that. I've seen people say that Maine is going to be in the game. And he died early on in the series, so I don't know. So I'm trying my best to keep spoiler free, because I know there are people out there, absolute donkeys, that love to ruin this fun for everyone. So I'm trying my best to stay away. But I do honestly believe these are my theories in what is going to be happening. I believe Lucy's going to be a rectifier character, and she's going to have something similar to String Master, like Yinlin. If Rebecca is in the game, obviously she's going to be a gun user. If David's in the game, he's going to be a gauntlet user. If it's just Lucy, then it's just Lucy. I hope this anniversary patch is going to be really, really good. At least way better than last year's one. Last year's one was... I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. And hopefully this one is better. But then again, the crossover could happen in the summer when the arc concludes. Because I do honestly believe we're going to have Imeth back with us before the months of June and July. And I do believe we're going to be going to New Federation, or where Shu Yuen is from. Whatever Luke said. And we're going to see a lot more members of those new members of those Fractures people. But who knows? Who knows? I will keep you guys updated if I have any official information regarding the Wuthering Waves crossover with Cyberpunk. Let me know down below what you thought down below in the comments. Are you excited for the crossover? Are you not excited for the crossover? Do you think we're going to get any free characters? Do you think they're all going to be summonable? Do you think we're going to get David, Rebecca, Lucy, 1, 2, or all 3? Let me know down below in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll speak to you all in the next video. Take it easy and have a good rest of your day.